You're gonna love these 14 minutes. Get ready. DIY number one, we're gonna make this mason jar even better. I love these signs. I think they're super duper cute. I love this burlap top to this mason jar, so I'm going to attempt to save it. I was looking at the back like I was going to use the back and just leave the front as is, but I want that burlap top. So I am going to, I'm looking to see if there's a gap in there. I'm going to apply some heat, and I'm going to take my scraper tool, and I'm going to wedge it in that little gap that's already there, and she pops right off. Okay, make me look like a liar here. I wanted to get these out to you. We do have 2 full DIYs and a farmhouse DIY. And I just couldn't help myself. I had to push it. I know everybody's doing Christmas DIYs right now, but it's good to be different, right? So she's off. The top is off. I am going to show you the easiest way to remove this paper that Dollar Tree puts on their signs, especially the ones with glitter. Water. That is it. Spray some water on there, let it sit a couple minutes, and when I say it peels off like butter, it peels off like butter. Now, of course, I didn't let it sit, and there was something up with this paper right here. It had like a plastic coating, so the water wasn't soaking through. So I had to kind of like peel a little bit up and then squirt it and let it soak through to the bottom and then try to get it off. It was a pain in the booty. But I did it and we get there. It did take a while, I'm not going to lie. But we're here. So I am going to take some, my finger sander. Yep, we're going to sand out all them rough patches because I got some dips and some grooves. Because I did take the razor blade like I always do. Usually like I said, it usually comes off like butter. But this had the plastic coating, which was preventing the paper from getting moist. So it was just kind of, the water was just sitting on top of the plastic, basically. So we're going to take our zip sander. We're going to sand that down. All my craft tools will be in the description box below this video. If you just click more on the description box, it'll take you right there. I'll put all the links to all my craft tools and everything that I use. We're going to get her. She's just about as smooth as she's going to be. I am going to take this Plaster chalk paint by Waverly. And voila. We're going to paint her plaster. Now I'm thinking, what do I want to do? Do I want to use a napkin? Do I want to use scrapbook paper? And I was looking through my scrapbook paper. It's a book that I got from Hobby Lobby. And it does all the seasons and holidays. And I found this. And do you see that, like, it's like a black vintage around the outside? I fell in love with that. And the pattern and the rust color orange. I'm like, this is it. So I'm just going to flip it around, tracer, cut it out. And then we're going to Mod Podge it. We're going to spritz the back of the paper with some water. Because, you know, if you stick it on there wrong, the water will give you a little bit of time to slide it around. It makes it a little bit more pliable than if you just stick it to the Mod Podge. Doesn't she look good, guys? Come on. I think that's absolutely beautiful. It looks so high-end, in my opinion. It looks very high-end. So I just put the top on to see if you could see the paper underneath, like poking out the sides, and you could. So I just trimmed it down a little bit more. I'm looking to make sure you can't see that paper under there again. I'm my own worst critic when it comes to crafting. I critique myself so much and overanalyze every little thing that I'm doing, but I love it. So, alright, Mod Podge, spritz the back of the paper, stick it down. I'm going to take some saran wrap, some plastic cling wrap, and I'm just going to use it to get them bubbles out. And this prevents the paper from ripping or tearing, and it does. It makes it smooth. And now I dried it with my heat gun. I'm going to put another layer of Mod Podge over the paper because I did make a Cricut cutout for this, a saying. And that transfer tape that I'm using for the Cricut, if it would have stuck to the paper without a barrier of Mod Podge, it would have took the paper right up. It's that strong. So I wanted to protect myself. We're just taking my zip sander again, going around after it's been Mod Podge and dried. Clean them edges right up. I seen a couple strings hanging, so I tried to sand it. It wouldn't sand. I took my lighter, burnt them down. We're going to glue that top into place. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, this is the cutout I made on my Cricut. Wait till you guys see it. Absolutely love it. I did do it in white so you can't see it. But I did it in white because it's got the white squigglies in the paper. Isn't that cute? I take one of these little faux leaves, the leather leaves from Dollar Tree with a little jute twine bow. I Mod Podge over it once again. DIY number 2. This is my farmhouse DIY. So I seen these picture frames and I immediately fell in love. And at the end of this, I'm going to show you my wall that they're hanging on, and you'll see why. As soon as I seen these, this image popped into my head. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the plastic off, pop out the back, the glass, take off any stickers, and we're going to go to town and just simply paint these. I'm not doing nothing special. I am going to paint it in ink by Waverly. And done. And now I am going to do a really heavy dry brushing in Snow White by Waverly. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I did. I painted it black and dry brushed it in white. And these frames, I say frames plural because I got like 3 or 4, I think, look amazing on my wall. And you'll see my color scheme and how it tied in to that wall in particular. I couldn't be more happy. A couple more things I need to do to that wall and she'll be completely done. Remember I told you guys I'm redoing my house in all farmhouse. So everything's black and white. Everything is black and white. I got pops of color here and there, but the majority of it is black and white. Look at those frames. Do you see how it ties into our Scrabble letters? Alright, this is the fun DIY. We're going to do some square pumpkin witches. These wooden blocks are the old school wooden blocks from Dollar Tree. The heavy ones, not the hollow ones they have now. The witch hats, of course, are from Dollar Tree. And the wood rounds are from Walmart. I'm going to take out my handy dandy razor blade knife here. And what you want to do is you want to score right where the bottom of the hat meets the brim of the hat. But not before you spackle that hole at the top. We got to get rid of that hole. We don't need it there. But you're going to score both sides of the witch's hat and basically cut off the circle brim of the witch's hat. And just leave the cone part that sits on top of the head. Okay, that's done. So, sand down your speckling where you filled the hole. And I'm going to take this super glue gel from Dollar Tree. Run a very teeny tiny bit along the center and glue it dead center in the middle of the circle. Then we're going to paint it black along with the square. We're going to paint the square black too. So, we're going to glue the hat and paint everything black. And you'll see where I'm going with this in a second. Okay, boom. Everything's done. It's glued. Let me remind you, the super glue gel, you do have to hold it in place until it sets up. It's not long. It's a couple minutes. And it holds like a champ. See our little witch hats? Aren't they super cute? I seen these somewhere on somebody's storyline and then I couldn't find them again. So I'm kind of winging it here. Like, I'm doing my own version. So I cut out all these different faces on my Cricut. And this is stencil paper. And I had to choose two. So I'm going to do the girl one. And I'm going to do the Nope. Yep, the girl one with the lashes and the Frankenstein mouth pumpkin face there. I can't talk to save my soul tonight. It is late, though. It's like 3:30 in the morning. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my transfer paper, pick up the face, put it on the block. And then I am going to take my pumpkin orange chalk paint by Waverly and brush over the top of the face, the whole cube, basically. I'm going to brush the whole cube in pumpkin by Waverly. And I'm going to make it look distressed, you know? So it's like heavy dry brushing over the face, over the sides, over the bottoms. And you'll see here in a second what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my little Cricut tool and remove the stencil paper. And voila, that black is peeking through. This is exactly how I wanted it. So easy, so simple, and isn't that cute? Isn't that the cutest square pumpkin you've ever seen? Same thing with the girl pumpkin. We're going to take her face off and done, basically. We're going to take that little witch's hat and glue it to the top with some super glue gel. Not hot glue, super glue gel. Because you want it flat. When you use hot glue, there's always a gap because it dries so fast. So I use the super glue gel for this, so there's no gap in between the hat and the top of the cube. And guys, you don't need to use a lot. A very minute amount. Make sure your black is centered in that circle. Meaning, you don't want the edges tipping over the side of the hat. How stinking cute are these square pumpkins? Hold it a couple of seconds. Let it set up. It'll be worth it. Trust me. Look at how cute they are. But I have to go a step further. You know me, right? I gotta sand them down. So I just want more of that black peeking through. I want the paint to look old, worn, and aged. And I achieved definitely the look I had in mind here. So much better. So much better. Now let's take a look at these pumpkins. Aren't they so stinking cute? Stop. I love them. Now, can we take a look at this sign? Autumn pumpkins, flannels, leaves, cider, football, sweaters, apples, bonfires, hayrides, pies, candles, and snuggles. Nothing describes fall better than this sign. Absolutely gorgeous. Now look at my wall. I did those Scrabble letters with the square planks from Dollar Tree. I did that myself. Look at the picture frames. And then the words are from Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby. They're like laser cutouts. I really took my time on this wall and it came together beautifully. I absolutely love it. I made everything on this wall myself. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you once again for supporting my channel. As always, I love and appreciate you all so, so much. And remember, You're awesome, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're brave, you're strong. You are all the things, but most of all, you're the real MVP. And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise, honey, okay? Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Help a sister out.